Good, Paul. All right, here we are, Paul A. Rhodium Gymnasium. Good evening, everybody. Set for some action here at St. Augustine and ACIT coming in here at St. Augustine Prep. ACIT coming in at 11-6, and St. Augustine coming off a nice win against Vineland at 16-3.
Yeah, St. Augustine coming in on a little bit of a roll. You said the win against Vineland, had a nice win against West Deptford. I think it's a 7-game win streak they've got since the Wildwood Catholic loss. And the Hermits trying to feel themselves out a little bit without Kevin Foreman, as they lost him a few games ago and tried a couple different lineups. And I think Coach Rodeo is trying to see what's going to work as they move into the playoff push.
St. Augustine with a pretty decent win this weekend up at Holy Cross. Coaches versus Cancer shootout up there. Coach Valori runs that event. Well done by him. Nice win off of West Deptford.
Yeah, West Deptford was the kind of team Hermits don't see a whole lot, obviously. But they do a lot in the summer with Coach Rodeo, so it was a good matchup. It's a good shooting team, very well coached, and the Hermits came out and played well. Coach made, like I said, make a change in the lineup with Kenny Selby. Now is going to starting at the point guard spot for Kevin Foreman, who's out, and I think he's giving him a little burst of energy.
And ACIT coming in at 11-6. Last time these two teams played, it was pretty close early. But St. Augustine was able to pull away in the second half.
Only a 4-point game at halftime. The Hermits led 29-25. It ended up a little bit bigger lead for the Hermits, but it was an early season game, obviously, for both. And I think St. Augustine was feeling their way a little bit. And the ACIT team came in. They got a couple guys who can shoot the ball. And if they can do that again in here in this gym, and they can maybe make some noise. It's a team that's looking to try to sneak into that Cal playoff. They're only 4-5 in the division, so it's still a long shot for them, but they still would want to try to stretch into that 8 spot.
Yeah, talking to Coach Larry DiGiovanni, it's only his second year, but he said that this is one of the better teams ACIT has had in their existence.
Well, it's only his second year at ACIT, but Coach D has been around for a really long time, a really good basketball coach. He's one of those guys that just lives and breathes the game, and when he had the opportunity to come back and coach here at ACIT, I know he just wanted to get back in the gym. And, it's great to see him out there, and many years back at Holy Spirit and just all over South Jersey basketball.
Just over 2 minutes away here from tip. Once again, St. Augustine taking on ACIT in this Cal American matchup. The other night against Vineland was one of the first times you saw Kenny Selby. Kenny Selby really stepped up for St. Augustine.
Yeah, it was interesting. I talked with the coaching staff when Kevin got hurt, and we had hoped that he was only going to be out a game. And that night they started Marco Jackson at the point, and Quentin Gormley subbed in from the 6-man role. But when I talked to them, they said, if this is long-term, we're going to want to take a good look at Kenny Selby and see what he can do with this group. It slides Marco back to the 2-guard where he's a little more comfortable. Quentin back to that 6-man role. And Quentin's really been playing really well, and he's very comfortable in that. And I actually talked to him, and he just said he doesn't care if he starts or not. He just wants to play and get the minutes. And I know the coaches are very happy. And that's what you're going to get out of a senior, too. A senior leader, he understands the role. And, look, they want to see what Kenny can do. And if he can solidify that spot going into the playoffs, the Hermits are just deeper.
At this time, we'd like to thank some of our valued Hermit Pride sponsors. Toyota of Vineland, Ottinger Golf Group, Clark & Fox Law Firm, NMR Events, Pickwickian Tavern, Atlantic Medical Imaging, Proof Productions, and Richland Carpet and Flooring. And one more time, your lineups for both teams. For ACIT, James Waugh, guard. McRudry Caesar at forward. Noreen Abdul Rahman at forward. Jermaine Charles at forward. And Jermaine Davenport at guard. For St. Augustine, guards Keith Palak, Elmarco Jackson, and Kenny Selby. Forward, John Horner. And center, Matt Delaney.
As usual, we were hoping the Hermits, they want to get off to a good quick start here at home.
And the tip won by ACIT, and we're underway. James Waugh, no good on the reverse. And Keith Palak over to Marco Jackson. The Hermits look to push. It's Abdul Rahman for three from the corner.
Nice push by ACIT down the floor right after the turnover. And the Red Hawks in a zone defense just like the Hermits. Nice feed to the post.
Matt Delaney, no good off the backboard, and Waugh looks to push for ACIT. Jermaine Davenport for three. ACIT 2 for 2 from the three-point line.
The Hermits in that zone. They still got to get out to these shooters.
Palak trying to match. No good. Rebound, Delaney underneath. Off the glass, no good in the rebound by Horner.
Size advantage for the Hermits. Good follow-up there by Delaney and then by Horner. Little zone press by the Hermits.
ACIT breaks the 1-2-2, no problem. Coach Larry DiGiovanni looking to set up for this St. Augustine zone. Abdul Rahman will take over for ACIT.
Keeping the ball on the same side of the floor. They need to reverse and try to get to the shooter on the opposite wing. Looked like he might have walked. That's James Waugh again with the bucket.
Yeah, and the foul's on Keith Palak, and Waugh will go to the line and shoot one.
One of the problems with the Hermit zone, they're big in the back, they're long, but not as quick. So they've got to get to that baseline. Waugh beat Horner on the base, or Palak on the baseline there, gets fouled. And
free throw's good.
Yeah, three-point play. – 9-2 lead for the Red Hawks.
And the same philosophy on both ends for each team, both looking to penetrate the zone and kick the shooters. Front rim by Marco Jackson is no good. Abdul Rahman looks to push.
Yeah, you hear coach again, be patient. Looks like, yeah, Waugh penetrated that time but lost it. See if the Hermits can get something going against this zone.
Kenny Selby bringing it up for St. Augustine.
Got the size advantage here. Look to go maybe to get something inside here for Delaney. And they do.
They do. Delaney off the glass and in.
Set play there. A double screen for Delaney by the two other bigs. Freed him up to score. Nice run set there.
St. Augustine still in the 1-2-2. Nice pressure from St. Augustine. That three by Wah is long. Rebound Palick, and Kenny Selby brings it up the floor. Delaney up top, to Palick on the wing. ACIT able to slow down the St. Augustine break.
A little different look now, a little extended by ACIT, but nice Selby with the penetration and turns it over.
Abdul Rahman in transition, good off the glass. To Delaney down low. Feed to Horner is no good. Own rebound. Off the glass and in.
Good thing he stayed with it there, but I love attacking the zone from the bottom out. You go to that baseline guy, he's almost like a second point guard, and especially with a smart player like Matt Delaney.
Good hands there by Keith Palick. Knocks it off ACIT. Quentin Gormley checking in for St. Augustine will replace Kenny Selby. This is where Elmarco Jackson will take over the point.
I think he'll take over the point, but look for some motion here. They love Gormley in the high post to make the passes. You got two shooters on the wings and obviously Delaney on the block.
Yeah, the shooters in John Horner and Keith Palick. Look for them to pull the trigger here early.
I know they want to look inside, but those two, if they got to be ready like that.
Horner no good. Rebound Delaney. And he's got great touch around the rim and finishes.
Yeah, he does. You know, part of the other thing with shooting like that, you got Delaney inside the rebound if you miss. Love to see Palick and Horner just get ready to shoot as soon as on the catch. Good hands by Palick.
That's back-to-back defensive possessions, back-to-back deflections for Keith Palick.
Work inside. They go to Delaney inside and draws the foul.
Yeah, number 20, Zaire Owens came across his arm there. Prep will inbound underneath.
Good screen by Horner.
Elbow
Delaney.
Jumper by Delaney's no good. ACIT no good in transition, and Abdul Rahman looks to set things up. Deep three, no good. Rebound, John Horner.
Redhawks have cooled a little bit after a real hot start.
St. Augustine going a little bit of that more four-out look here. It's good penetration by Jackson, but unable to finish. And James Wah looks to bring it up for ACIT. Baseline jumper, no good. Elmarco Jackson to push. And he finishes in transition.
Yeah, he didn't get the last one to go, but this one he does get to go against two men. Hermits now to pull within one.
Yeah, St. Augustine on 8-0 run here.
Good hands by Jackson.
Strips it away. And he'll bring it up himself. And that's stolen away by Jermaine Charles.
It's the one part of Jackson's game that, he turns it over a little too much. But he has the ball in his hands so much, and he's trying to do a lot. There, it was he just mishandled the dribble there.
That's a deep three from James Wah over Quentin Gormley, and it's good.
Well, James Wah had the big game against him the first time, had 18. He's got 5 already here.
And the Prep looking to get in their secondary break. Knocked out of bounds. St. Augustine will remain possession.
119, we're going to sub both Jackson, Delaney, and now Palick out of the game.
And Nick Leo, Kenny Selby, and Brendan Westcott will check in for the Prep.
See where the offense is going to come from now. You've got to look for Horner from the outside, maybe Westcott. Good look.
Good look from Gormley down to Nick Leo. He's fouled and will go to the line.
Well, Gormley's not going to shoot a whole lot. He's going to take the ones that are there, but he is a very good passer, especially, as I said, from that high post. He finds Leo.
First one from Leo's no good. Number 22, Zaire Owens checks in for ACIT. He'll replace Mac Caesar. Second one's good from Nick Leo, 1 for 2. St. Augustine's still in their matchup zone.
And again, the penetration.
That's really good penetration from James Waugh to finish. Quentin Gormley in the corner, up to Kenny Selby.
Rotate the ball to opposite wing. Make that defense move.
Horner on the wing, reverses, cross court to Westcott for 3. No good. Rebound Nick Leo, but out of bounds.
.28 seconds. Look for ACIT to take the last one here. Hermits have possession to start the second quarter.
Yeah, Abdul Rahman will handle it here.
This is where you could switch up a little, maybe just deny a pass to the wing. Don't let them start this offense. Double screen.
St. Augustine's zone creeping out. That's that NBA three-point pump fake.
It is. Hear that whistle, fire that up, but he got him on the pass. Selby with the foul.
4 seconds left. See if ACIT can get off a quick shot. Off the glass, no good, and that'll do it for a first period. ACIT leading St. Augustine 16-11.
Well, that brings us to our first stoppage here. End of the quarter gives us a chance to talk about our keys to the game, brought to us by our sponsor and good friends at Toyota of Vineland. The first thing is we've already talked about the shooters of ACIT. St. Augustine's going to play in the zone, but they've got to get out to the shooters. Did so a little bit better in the second part of that. Tempo needs to be in St. Augustine's favor. You know we like to push the ball. ACIT taking the air out of it a little bit to run their sets. Tempo's got to be up. And when I say keep rolling, Hermits on a 7-game win streak after the loss to Wildwood Catholic. They're seeing some progression now, playing well, and they want to get on that roll and stay on it for the Cape Atlantic playoffs and then also the state tournament.
Yeah, important to mention, St. Augustine clinched a definite Cal playoff berth with their win over Vineland on Tuesday.
You know, you go through that, and obviously the Hermits have been in that Cal tournament just about every year. They've been in it, and that 8-team format now, you know, you got to watch who you're going to play in that first matchup. I know they'd love to get another shot at Wildwood Catholic at some point, but I know Coach Rodeo as well. He's taking every game. The one in front of him is the one he's worried about. So that's a little bit down the line.
Possession arrow favors St. Augustine to start the second quarter.
Starting off with a 5-point deficit here. The Hermits down 16-11.
Palick on the wing, across the Horner. Down to Delaney, deflected out of bounds. St. Augustine will inbound underneath.
I see what the Hermits want to do. They obviously want to get to Delaney there. But at some point, Horner, Palick, they need to take that shot. Nice look. Really
it's a good
nice
look by Matt Delaney to find Marco Jackson underneath, and he'll finish.
Now pressure again. Selby up on the ball.
ACIT seems unfazed so far.
Well done inside.
It's Max Caesar.
As you said, unfazed against it. It's okay. It helps force the tempo.
Marco Jackson, no good from the high post. Off of Matt Delaney, it'll be ACIT possession.
Hermit's going to switch up a little, go 1-3-1 here. Selby at the point, big across the middle, and Jackson at the back.
Yeah, St. Augustine looking to trap on the wings here.
trap the wing, but have to deny that post, a high post pass.
And a 3 seconds call on ACIT. Jermaine Charles in there a little too long.
Kind of bailed out a little. Hermits were scrambling. This is that double screen again. There it is. Selby going through. Tough shot.
Tough shot, no good.
Oh no, that I was gonna say that was awful. There wasn't even a Hermit there.
And St. Augustine will keep possession.
Yeah, Coach DiGiovanni doesn't like it, but there were 2 players from ACIT and no Hermits near the ball. I'd love to see Horner just go ahead. I mean, that's his shot. Go ahead and put that one up.
Yeah, he hit a few of those against Vineland the other night. Layup no good by Delaney. He gets his own rebound, and the putback is good.
Again, the size advantage. Hermits are going to offensive board. Plus, ACIT isn't really looking to run, so you can crash the offensive boards. That's a trap.
They don't get it. Collected out of bounds by Matt Delaney. ACIT will keep possession.
Referee instructing Coach DiGiovanni to get in the coach's box. Keeping these 2 in the coach's box may be a tall task for these guys tonight.
Yeah, they've told each of them a few times to get back a little bit.
30-second timeout from ACIT. 18-15. Hermits just look a little unsure offensively. The zone will throw them off a little bit. Got to loosen things up with the outside shot and also attack from that low block back inside. Delaney's done a good job, especially on the boards. And I think every time they can do that, they get a little bit, they can go to their pressure a little bit more, try to push it. ACIT has done a decent job against it, though, when the Hermits have pressed.
Davenport will inbound for ACIT.
Man-to-man now this time for the Hermits.
Yeah, a little bit of extended pressure here.
Switch it up. Jackson on Wah.
And that's blocked out of bounds. Couldn't tell who got that one, either Delaney or Horner, but ACIT will keep possession.
Maybe they both did.
Possession underneath ACIT. Safety inbound, picked off by Marco Jackson. No basket, a foul will be called on the floor.
2-on-1 there. I'd love to see just block-to-block pass there, take it to the thing, drop it off for Kenny.
Jackson will inbound underneath for St. Augustine. Inbounds to Horner.
Swing it one more. Palak's there.
3 from Palak on the wing, just short. Rebound comes down to Wah. ACI looking to run. Jermaine Davenport short on the 3.
They're going to get Tim Delaney. Excuse me.
And that foul will be called on Matt Delaney.
Too many Delaneys. Matty Delaney.
Inbound comes Abdul Rahman. St. Augustine back in the 2-3 zone. A little bit of a matchup. Abdul Rahman good from 3.
Not phased by, again, the switch.
Prepping their secondary. Jackson for 3. Short rebound comes down to Keith Palak. Looks for Delaney underneath, and it's stolen away. Rahman looks to push. And he's able to finish in transition over Kenny Selby.
Good
Quick
push.
timeout by Coach Paul Rodeo.
Timeout. The ACIT kids, they're into it. And why not? 23-15 lead with 4:42. Again, they're not phased. Senior-led team. 4 out of 5 players on the floor are seniors, so this team's coming here ready to play. Got the Hermits on their heels a little on the Hermits' offensive side, and they're not phased by anything that St. Augustine's doing. They're pushing the ball. Shots are going for them.
Yeah, so far, ACIT's been able to control the tempo pretty well.
Exactly.
Stopping St. Augustine from pushing into transition, especially when they're getting into their secondary break.
Coach Rodeo's substitution here. He's going to go Gormley in, give Marco Jackson just a quick breather. I think the Hermits too you get down like this. I don't say they're thinking too much, but they need to just get out and play a little bit. I'd love to see the shooters get ready to shoot the ball. They can take those shots. They're obviously good shots for both Palick and Horner. Delaney will be there to rebound. Let Kenny penetrate a little bit here. And I'm sure they're going to have Gormley up in the high post trying to direct some traffic from there as well.
Selby over to Gormley. Selby down to Palick. Back to Selby. Kenny Selby for 3 is good.
Big shot. Selby with a big shot there. Hermits now again in the zone, but extending a little, talking a lot. Good job.
While on the baseline penetration is stopped. Davenport off the front iron. Rebound comes to Delaney, and Kenny Selby looks to push. John Horner in the high post. Gormley down to Delaney. Poked away from John Horner down low, and Davenport pushing in transition for ACIT. And that's going to be a block there, yeah, no question about it.
Yeah. Kenny didn't get there quick enough. Hermit's interior passing has been good, but quick hands from ACIT every time, knocking the ball away.
Nick Leo check in and replace John Horner. Wow, doing some shifty ball handling there.
Oh, quick whistle.
Quick whistle. I don't think anybody had possession there. And Coach Rodeo agrees with me.
Yeah, I think Gormley had pulled the ball out of the mix-up there. Possession's going to be to ACIT.
Yeah, Abdul Rahman will inbound underneath. Goes deep right away to James Waugh. Abdul Rahman with it up top over to Waugh. Davenport up top. Waugh into Jermaine Charles. Back to Waugh. Baseline jumper, no good. St. Augustine will take over.
First instinct for the Hermits would be in that setup is maybe come out of that zone, but they stayed patient. Both teams really, the offense did, and the Hermits stayed patient, forced a little bit of a bad shot.
Stolen away from Gormley.
Quick hands again by ACIT.
Abdul Rahman once again. Rahman for 3 is good.
Can't imagine Jackson's going to be sitting there much longer on the bench.
Gorman on the wing up to Kenny Selby. High post to Delaney. Gormley for 3. In and out. Abdul Rahman pushing in transition. Unable to finish. Nick Leo rebound. And Kenny Selby looking to come the other way.
That's 1-on-3 there.
Halleck for three, no good. And that's going to be a turnover. That's Max Caesar with the travel.
Horner's going to come back for Leo. Westcott for Palak.
Gormley inbounds to Westcott to the corner. Horner up top.
High post.
Yeah, like you said, Gormley back in that high post spot.
He'll get it
Up
to
to
the
him.
right guy.
That's a good pass right there.
It's another one in and out.
Horner, no good from the corner. It's going to be a foul, and Kenny Selby got his hand in there.
Not in the one-on-one just yet. Here comes Jackson.
That's going to be Selby's third.
Third foul on Selby. Yep, brings Jackson back in. Officials pleading with the coaches to stay in the box.
Yeah, these coaches are used to getting in their way a little bit. Both been around a long time. Foul's going to be on Brendan Westcott.
Hermits had a couple of chances there with Westcott and Jackson. I know I'm going to sound like an old coach here, but coaches are out of the box, but they're coaching their teams. I could see if they were yelling at the officials, maybe they want to calm them down a little bit, but
It's a very strict box tonight by this crew.
It is.
Jackson on Rockmon. Westcott on Wah. Wah penetrates.
Wow. Okay. Looks like they're going to talk about this one too.
I think that call might be correct. I think Wah hit it out of bounds. I think Wah was standing out of bounds when the ball hit him.
So now each team has had a call,
Each team got a call
made and reversed.
Yeah, officials being very strict with the coaches tonight. Abdul Rahman. It's a walk.
Okay, we'll turn over there.
Good
Last
call.
minute.
Sanderson got it back.
Yep, last minute here. Hermits down 8. No need to hold for one here.
Gormley back in the high post. Jackson swings it to Westcott. Over to Gormley.
John, he's got to shoot that, John. I mean, he's going to get a clean look there. The other one didn't go. That's okay.
Westcott from the corner.
12 on a hold.
It's going to be a foul on Max Caesar. Gormley will inbound for St. Augustine.
Yeah, that's Caesar's second. He's going to come out.
Zaire Owens checking in for ACIT. Gormley inbounds to Horner. Goes up and he's fouled. He'll head to the line, shoot two.
So Horner now gets a chance to do something here at the line.
Yeah, that foul's going to be on Davenport. His first.
To see the Hermits dial something up here on the, hopefully on the made foul shots, and not allow ACIT to take the last 42 off of here.
First one from Horner's good. Palak checks back in for Westcott.
Thirteen 1-3-1 press coming.
The second one's also good.
Jackson at the top. Maybe he can make something happen up top. Long across the middle. Gormley on the baseline.
Coach Rodio going back to that length.
There's a hand
that
on
deflection.
it. Scramble.
Poked away again. ACIT scrambling here. Davenport up in the corner. That's blocked by Palak.
That's the length.
Jermaine Charles comes up with the rebound. And James Watt finishes underneath 5 seconds ago. And Jackson no good at the end of 2. ACIT leads St. Augustine 28-20. And we'll be back in a moment with our first half stats. All right, and we're back here at Paul A. Rodeo Gymnasium, where St. Augustine and ACIT have played the first half, and the score is 28-20 ACIT. Some first half stats. First for the Red Hawks. Max Caesar with 2, James Wah with 10, Abdul Rahman with 13, 3 threes, and Jermaine Davenport with 3. For St. Augustine, pretty low scoring. Matt Delaney with 6, Horner with 6, Selby with 3, Elmarco Jackson with 4, and Nick Leo with 1 from the line. What are you looking for here from St. Augustine?
Well, certainly unexpected this first half. I mean, we did know this is a good quality team in ACIT, but we didn't expect an 8-point deficit by the Hermits here. We did know that Wah and Abdul Rahim are going to be the scorers. I mean, they did that to them in the first game, and here they are again. But they're getting to the hole, and the more they get to the hole, the more that opens up those lanes for them a little bit. And I just think the Hermits are just too tentative offensively. 20 points and a half, that's a quarter for the Hermits normally. So just very tentative. I think they need to just loosen it up a little bit, take the shots when they're there, get into their pressure a little bit, force the tempo, not always just for the steal, but maybe just to force a bad shot or a shot that ACIT doesn't want. Coach D is really telling them to be patient. You throw a little pressure on them, a little change up a little, maybe you get them to throw the ball away. So need the Hermits to come out a lot more aggressive here in the third quarter.
Yeah, like you said, St. Augustine needs to try and push the tempo and create the tempo themselves. They need to control it. So far, ACIT's been able to handle the press.
They have. They've handled the press, but again, not even so much for the steal. It's to get the tempo up and to get the Hermits in the flow that they're used to. They're pushing it up and down. Now they're in a mode where they're coming down the floor. I hate to say it this way, but they're looking over everything, trying to make that perfect pass. Even inside, the bigs have been making the pass post to post. ACIT getting their hands in there. I'd like to see them attack the basket a little more. They've got the size. Go to the hole. Freeze up. That inside's going to free up the outside. Kenny Selby's done a fine job at the point, but I kind of would almost like to see Marco back in that where he can slash from the front, have Gormley in the high post, have the 2 shooters on the wing, and Delaney inside. And see what Coach Rodeo does to start this quarter.
Yeah, under a minute to go until we start our second half. At this time, we'd like to thank some of our Hermit Pride sponsors: Toyota of Vineland, Ottinger Golf Group, Clark & Fox Law Firm, NMR Events, Pickwickian Tavern, Atlantic Medical Imaging, Proof Productions, and Richland Carpet and Flooring.
Starting 5 in for the Hermits. Going back that way again.
St. Augustine will have possession here to start the second half. Kenny Selby still running the point.
When we come into third quarters, most of the time I'm talking about the Hermits extending a lead from 8 to 15. Now they're the ones that have to come out, be aggressive, cut into this lead, start playing their type of game.
Jackson takes over for St. Augustine. Over to Selby. Horner on the wing. Quick deflection by ACIT. Palick from 3. Just short. Rebound comes down to John Horner. And that's Selby from 3. And it's good.
2 for 2 from Kenny Selby on the 3.
Selby got to be careful playing with 3 fouls.
This is a little more pressure. Delaney I was going to say he got away with a foul, but he didn't.
Yeah, his length there kind of created that.
It's going to be his second.
Jermaine Davenport inbound for ACIT. Right to James Wah. Abdul Rahman up top for ACIT.
I'd love to see, even a little more pressure. Can he get up on him? Marco get up on him? They're not the ones that are going to struggle with the quickness.
Really stagnant right now from ACIT. I wonder what he's looking for. Jermaine Davenport rims in and out from 3. Batted out of bounds by Keith Palak. ACIT will maintain possession. Excuse me.
Get the jump shot. You have to rebound.
Abdul Rahman underneath to Max Caesar. Poked away by Selby. Got to be careful there, Ken. Wow, no good. Rebound comes down to Palak. Palak up to Selby. Horner in the corner up to Palak. Palak for 3. No good. Out of bounds, ACIT ball.
I know it didn't go in, but that's a shot he needs to take. He's probably the best three-point shooter on the team. He gets a clean look. You have 2 bigs under for the rebound.
High pressure here from St. Augustine. Jermaine Davenport no good from just inside the three-point line. You hear Coach Radio yelling, go. Baseline jumper from Marco Jackson is good.
Just get in the flow of the game there. That's just playing ball there.
Elbow jumper from Waz off. Jackson coming up the floor for St. Augustine. Gets to the rim and finishes.
7-0 run for the Hermits to start here. Timeout. ACIT, the lead cut down to 1. That's the run they needed. Some of it came off their defense. Some of it just came in their transition game. Get them out in the open floor and play their style of game.
Yeah, look for Coach Rodeo to change defenses here. Maybe come out in a different style press.
Yeah, maybe something different. But with ACIT, that time they tried to take the air out of the ball a little bit. Not in a stall, but just trying to be patient. That's almost where you can have Marco or Kenny deny the ball back to that other guard. Kenny knows a little something about playing defense, right?
Yeah, Kenny Selby, one of the starting corners for the football team. As a sophomore, had some big games for St. Augustine. Picked off quarterback going to Ohio State in state semifinals.
Yeah, so the stage isn't too big.
Now he's used to the pressure.
Nice season for the football team this year. A lot of guys back next year, right?
Yeah, whole offensive line, skill guys. Lose a few on the defensive side, but
1-3-1. Selby at the top.
Abdul Rahman pulls it out for ACIT.
This is where Selby can even put even a little more pressure. He's got bigs behind him. Good move.
Rims in and out. Rebound comes down to Delaney. Marco Jackson in transition.
I'm not sure how that ball would have bounced backwards had it not gone off the ACIT player. It went, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that one. Neither's Coach Rodeo.
Kenny's got to take a better angle here at the top. Not down in there. He should be across the front.
Abdul Rahman no good. Jackson with the rebound. Kenny Selby up the sideline.
Swing it quick. Tough one there. If Palak could have got that one to go. Good pass from Delaney.
Foul's called on the floor.
Oh, on the floor. Sure looked like he was shooting the ball.
St. Augustine coaching staff a little upset.
Delaney hits.
Delaney good from the baseline.
It's a 9-0 run for the Hermits.
Coach Rodeo calling for an extended 1-3-1.
That's the one Kenny's got to get.
Wah penetrates over to Max Caesar, tipped out by Horner to Selby. Selby in transition, and that's blocked away by Abdul Rahman.
Selby tried to go to his left there. It's all right. The Hermits still putting pressure, offensive pressure, pushing the ball down the floor.
And I believe St. Augustine has its first lead of the game.
They do.
Horner from the corner. No good. Rebound comes down to Matt Delaney. Yeah, and James Wild's all over him there.
Things going a little tougher for ACIT. Shots aren't falling defensively. Not going the same way. Hermits getting the shots they want, causing some fouls by ACIT. Gormley comes back in.
Delaney splits the double team, kicks to Gormley. No good from 3. Comes down to Horner. That's Selby from 3. Short.
Well, he'd made 2 from the same spot, so that one's okay. Selby with the steal.
Horner over to Jackson.
Beautiful
Jackson
pass.
2 hands off the glass. It's good.
Nice job by Gormley. Selby, keep it going. Good pass. Horner to Jackson.
Davenport up top over to Rockmond. Abdul Rahman over Horner's no good. Rebound comes down to Jackson. Jackson no good off the glass in transition.
Another miss.
Wow, no good. John Horner, 2 hands off the glass in transition. It's good.
Glad to see that dish that time. He didn't dish on the 2-on-1 the last time. That time he said, "You're going to run with me. I'm going to finish it to John Horner." And the Hermits lead is now 33-28 on a 13-0 run here to start the third quarter.
Yeah, timeout, Coach Larry DiGiovanni and ACIT.
A lot of teams have seen that kind of run against the Hermits. You get on that roll, the defense is moving, the offense, they're pushing the tempo again, getting shots to fall, and all those shots at the other end that weren't falling for the Hermits early, they're now falling, and ACIT can't seem to get anything going.
Yeah, I don't believe ACIT has scored in this half yet.
I'm not. Hermits got to keep the foot on the pedal here. Selby's played really well here in the third quarter. Getting Jackson a breather here. Palak's back. 3-2. 3-2. The Hermits going to look to trap in the corner here if the ball goes there, and there it goes.
ACIT
Nice.
passes out of it. And that's a travel.
Good job on the trap there, but a better job. ACIT found the man that was open, shuffled his feet, though, and here come the Hermits back.
Yeah, a lot of hands in there for St. Augustine causing that travel. Selby's pass is deflected away, but he gets it back.
Again, the hands inside by ACIT, knocking it away from Delaney.
Abdul Rahman up the floor. Over to Wah, no good. Rebound comes down Delaney.
When Wah's missing from there, you're just nothing is going right for the Red Hawks.
Gormley cutting. He gets fouled, will go to the line and shoot 2.
Good things happen. You get the ball in the middle of the floor. John Horner makes the catch and sees the cutting Gormley.
It's another one of those really smart plays by Quentin Gormley. Not necessarily in the offense, but he sees the opening, cuts to the hole, and will go to the line. First one's good. Nick Leo checking in. He'll replace John Horner. Second one's also good. St. Augustine on a 15-0 run now.
Extending is Selby. Oh, nice hands by Palak.
Palak comes up with the steal.
Good job for Selby going back to get it.
Look for a little high-low action from Quentin Gormley and Matt Delaney here.
Yeah, nice lineup to do that with. Selby going to get a break. Great minutes. Great third quarter by Kenny Selby.
Yeah, Marco Jackson checking back in for St. Augustine. Floater by Palick, no good. Rebound comes down to Quentin Gormley. Delaney from the elbow, rims in and out. Rebound comes down to Jermaine Davenport. It's a walk, yeah. Jackson penetrating, no good. Jermaine Davenport, 3-on-2 for ACIT, 3-on-1 for ACIT.
Oh.
Coach Rodeo visibly upset on that one.
Sometimes you see that call there. Looked like it was clean up top. Delaney official called him down low with a push. Sure looked clean. Davenport trying to break this drought.
First one's good.
Warner's going to come back in. Gets Delaney. Minute 12 left. Important to finish the quarter as strong as you played this whole way. You built the lead back now. It's a 5-point game.
Coach Rodeo attacking the 2-3 zone with a 1-3-1. High
Nice
post to Gormley.
Pass.
Down low to Horner's, no good.
Good hustle by Leo, keeps it in, but right to ACIT.
Rockman, no good. Rebound comes down to John Horner. Hermits bring it up slowly. .30 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Palick from the wing for three is good. He needed that one.
He did, and that's confidence. I think that's the first bucket of the game for Palick. Rose up and took an 8-point lead. 10 seconds left.
Abdul Rahman will take it to the hole. And that's a block.
Gonna score the goal, block. I thought Leo was there. I actually didn't even see that much contact, but official obviously thought he got there late.
Free throw's good, 3 seconds.
Got time. Oh.
Palick, quick trigger from the corner, beats the buzzer.
I did not think he had time to get there. I thought Jackson should have shot it, but smarter than I am. He gets it to Palick, hits the bucket. Officials are talking about it. Sure looks like they did call it good on the floor. So the Hermits go from 8 down to 8 up at the end of the third.
Yeah, only giving up 5 points there in the third quarter.
Good quarter all around, got contributions everywhere. Nice to see Palick get hot there in the second half of it. Selby played well.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a release that quick in a while.
Well, you see that first one go in, a little confidence. And like I said, it's just a pure jumper. That lefty jumper, just pure. And that's why I'd love to see him, be confident and take it when it's there.
It'll be ACIT basketball here to start the fourth quarter. St. Augustine leads 41-33.
First group back in. Tell you what, Palick, he can't wait to get back on offense, I think, after hitting those two. A little different set by the Hermits defensively.
Jermaine Davenport, good from three.
Well, he hit one earlier. Hermits were in a triangle and 2 that time. they go to Horner high, he's going to have Palak on the wing.
Jackson in the corner.
Oh, Horner's open in the high.
Penetrates. Foul called on the floor.
Very rare that both coaches are mad about the call. One wanted a walk. Rodeo wanted the basket to count.
Inbounded to Horner. Up top to Selby. Jackson on the baseline.
Oh, and he had Palak there again.
And he knocks it down.
Good penetration move there. See, they go inside here to Delaney again.
In the corner to Jackson. Cross court poked away. Selby comes up with it. Horner from the corner. No good. Rebound comes down to Jackson. And it'll remain St. Augustine basketball.
Quick hands again by ACIT, knocking it away. Hermits staying in and fighting Jackson. Off wing. Off wing is Palak again.
ACIT taking notice of Palak here, making sure they close out. Stolen away by James Waugh. Abdul Rahman in transition, no good. That's Jermaine Charles on the finish.
Hawks back to within 3. Hermits again getting a little stagnant.
Horner in the high post to Jackson in the corner. No good from 3. Rebound comes down to Mac Caesar. Air ball from Davenport, but Max Caesar's there to finish.
Hermit's going to call a timeout. Little run by the Red Hawks, and now they're into it again. 41-40.
Gormley will check back in for St. Augustine.
30-second timeout. Hermit's in that third quarter. You saw them playing looser. They were in the flow of the game a little more, and now they come back out here almost trying to force things into certain spots. Gormley's going to come back in. You know, sometimes you bring a kid off the bench, you're looking for a spark. It's almost the opposite with Gormley. You're just looking for him to sort of calm things down and make that the play, like you talked about earlier. You're not flashy, it's not a big stat stuffer, but he makes those little plays. So he's going to him now. Now Jackson will be back at the point.
Jackson to Palak.
It's a
Kickball, I thought.
It should have been, but they just called it out of bounds. I don't know why the official.
Jackson up top for the Hermits.
Love to start the ball here to this side and swing it to the off wing.
Mismatch down low there.
Got Delaney. Now they're paying so much attention to the outside guys.
That's Abdul Rahman in transition to give ACIT the lead. John Horner, good.
Hermits needed that. Red Hawks were on a 9-0 run there.
Abdul Rahman up top for ACIT. Over to Waugh.
They're in this matchup, so you could come out, DeMarco could come out, take that away.
Davenport down to Caesar.
Hermit fans.
Davenport will inbound underneath for ACIT. In the corner to Wah. Wah penetrates. Off the glass, no good. Comes down to Palick. Jackson looks to push.
He's got him inside. Oh, Horner could move.
Floater by John Horner is good.
Back-to-back buckets for Horner. Hermits extend the lead to 4.
Abdul Rahman, the floater from the baseline's good.
Been the hot man. 20 now for Rahman.
Gormley in the high post.
Horner
in the corner. Good. John Horner hot right now.
Yep, you play the hot hand. That's his spot. Horner from the corner, as you said. Hermits matching bucket for bucket here.
Rahman, quick trigger, no good.
Yeah, that was a heat check on Rahman right there. Not sure what the stoppage was, but ACIT will inbound.
Just over 3 minutes to go here. St. Augustine 49, ACIT 44. I don't know how much further they want Coach DiGiovanni to back up over there.
It's not his fault. He's just trying to coach. Wow, slowing it down.
Davenport from the corner is no good. Rebound to Horner.
That time Coach already wanted to slow it down. Hermit timeout with 2:53 and a 5-point lead in the ball. Coach Reddy obviously sees something that he wants a specific play here in this critical part of the game here. The team's trading baskets a little bit. I think Palick's shooting early in the third quarter, and Horner shooting here. I think that can open things up for Delaney here now. Maybe you catch him on a swing, try to get the ball to Delaney on that low block, let him go to work. Look, at Selby has played well, but I like this lineup right now with Jackson at the point where he can penetrate, Gormley at the high, the 2 shooters on the wing.
Palick will inbound for St. Augustine.
See if they can run something here. Keep it wide. Get the ball to that low block to Matty.
Up top to Palick. Over to John Horner.
They're so high. They got Delaney down low.
Oh, there it was.
It was there. That time Gormley didn't pull the trigger, but you look how high ICT is coming up because of the shooters, and Delaney's going to be there. Gormley turns and looks. He's going to get him.
Delaney has it in the corner. Up top to Palick.
If Gormley's patient and turns and looks, he's going to get Delaney. Delaney will be able to get position on Caesar.
Jackson with a retreat dribble. Horner from the corner. John Horner's having a game tonight.
He is. He's certainly having a second half, that's for sure.
Coach A and St. Augustine bench fired up. Abdul Rahman, no good. Rebound comes down to Delaney.
You haven't said that a lot here in the second half. No good. He's been hot.
ACIT trying to shoot their way back into this one.
It's going to be 4 on Wah. You catch him there.
ACIT trying to foul already. Got to get it into the bonus.
1:30 left.
Gormley up top with it. That's a turnover. Jackson misses the block. Coach Larry Giovanni calls timeout. Just over a minute to go here. St. Augustine leads 52-46.
Bad turnover there. Gormley not normally. That's an uncharacteristic turnover for him in that spot. They're going to go to another ball handler and bring Selby back into the game. You mentioned the fouls too. I don't know if ACIT is ready to go full out on the foul yet, but as they did that last time, they'll trap. If the foul's there, they'll take it.
And the next foul puts St. Augustine in the bonus.
Right.
So.
Next one puts them in the bonus. It's the time you got to step to that line with a lot of confidence. Put a game away. The second half has been really all Abdul Rahman. Wah hasn't scored, I don't think, in the second half. They're going to turn the pressure up. Again, another ball handler in the game with Selby. Man-to-man pressure from ACIT. Should be able to catch Selby on the flash. Nope, he came back for it. Intentionally fouling him.
Selby will go to the line, 1-on-1.
I'd be lying if I had any idea what kind of foul shooter Kenny is. If I knew, let's hope he's a good one.
Well, going off his shooting from the outside, hopefully he'll knock both of these down.
1:05 left. Hermits by 6.
First one's good.
With Pure.
And just over a minute, St. Augustine up 8. Still some pressure from St. Augustine here.
Way to get on the floor, boys. Just didn't come up with it. Oh, who else?
That's Abdul Rahman.
Yep. We're going to foul Selby again with 46 seconds. Still a 1-and-1.
First one's good. Young sophomore unfazed by the noise from the ACIT fan section. Use the rim to his advantage.
4 straight for Selby. 2-2-1 pressure, a little token pressure, keeps the clock running. Don't foul, and all the Hermits aren't in a 1-and-1 yet.
Rebound comes down to Delaney.
Hold it, Kenny, they're going to foul you.
And they'll foul Selby again. He'll go to line and hope to make it 6 for 6.
31.8.
First one's good. No good. Rebound comes down to Horner, though. And he's fouled. And that'll put St. Augustine in the double bonus here. Up 9 here with just under 30 seconds to play. First one from Horner is good.
That's 20 for Horner tonight.
And the second one is good.
29.5.
And that's James Waugh on the reverse layups. Good. And they'll foul El Marco Jackson.
ACIT foul on number 12, Matt Caesar. At the line, El Marco Jackson shooting 2.
Jackson's first is no good. And the second is good. Kickball is out of bounds.
10-point lead, 13.7. Wasn't an easy one, but it looks like the Hermits are going to escape here with a win.
And that's Jermaine Charles on the layup. And Delaney will just hold it and run the clock out. And that'll do it here tonight. Final score, ACIT, St. Augustine 60, ACIT 52. Here from Pauley Rodeo Gymnasium.
Yeah, it was not a thing of beauty, for sure. It wasn't the kind of game that maybe, although I talked to Coach Herder before the game, he said this team's tough. They're going to come in and play hard. They gave him a good game down there, gave him a better game here. And the Hermits shake off some rust. 8 points they were down, turned it around in that third quarter, and then closed it out in the fourth.
And we'll look at some stats here. First for ACIT, James Waugh had 12. Abdul Rahman led all scorers with 24. Jermaine Charles with 4. Jermaine Davenport with 8. And Max Caesar with 4. For St. Augustine, John Horner had a night with 21. Kenny Selby added 11, as did El Marco Jackson. Delaney had 8. Gormley with 2. Nick Leo with 1, and Keith Palak with 2 threes for 6 points.
Yeah, and the 2 threes we know came back-to-back there in the third quarter when the Hermits really needed something there. He hit that one at the very, very buzzer in the third, and then he handed it over to John Horner in the fourth, who just, like you said, he had a night. He had 15 in the second half, a couple of threes, 3 threes, Horner from the corner, and the whole game. You know, it wasn't one of those games where one guy dominated the whole way for St. Augustine. It was Horner for a little while. It was Delaney early on in the game, Palak for a couple buckets, and I thought Kenny Selby played a really good floor game.
Yeah, Kenny Selby coming off a good game against Vineland, added to it tonight with another good one here against ACIT. Overall, a gritty win, we'll call it, for St. Augustine.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. So it's the kind of win, it's almost like one of those playoff wins where you want to survive and advance to the next game. So this one, the Hermits came in sloppy early, a little bit unsure of themselves. They stay on that roll now and maybe get themselves propelled as they start to look ahead to that Cape Atlantic League.
So that'll do it for us tonight. I'm Patrick Coyle along with Coach Dave Catalana. Prep next back in action next Tuesday, I believe, here against Atlantic City.
Yeah, Tuesday a big one against Atlantic City. Then Thursday, Millville comes in for senior night, which is always a fantastic night here at St. Augustine. So two games for you next week.
Thanks, Coach Tom DeLuca, for our stats. Voice of the Hermits, Mr. Willie Morris. Paulie and Franco on the board. Once again, your final score, 56. I don't know, really racing. Good win from St. Augustine here tonight. Like we said, next back in action on Tuesday here against Atlantic City. That's going to be another battle. Coach Gene Allen's Vikings, always a good one, especially here in Rodeo Gym. Thank Coach Tommy Brumell, and that'll do it here on the St. Augustine Broadcasting Network.